Government as freeloader. If you have government, you have freeloading. Governments do freeload in a sense, but most people in government will say they're providing a service, and this seems feasible or reasonable on the surface. We need roads built, we need hospitals built, we need the justice system administrated and so on. So government seems to be performing a service in that sense, that they are seeing that our social goods are provided for. Yet it's also obvious that they don't actually build roads. They don't do the justice, they don't provide justice themselves. So the administration is kind of once removed, because they don't really directly administrate the hospitals, they don't administrate the police. They serve as an oversight in some sense. Their basic job or function is to create laws and to create order in society. And this, to some degree, is a necessary function. But much of this law that is created serves as a foundation for transferring resources from one sector to another. And by this we mean that if a road is being built, it's not the government that builds a road, it's a construction company. And the construction company builds a road by assets from other sectors being transferred over. And this is done through the means of money, through the means of exchange. That's money. So money is taken from one sector and given to another sector, who then provides the things that the construction sector needs to build the road, and other funds are taken from other sectors to give to the construction sector for the actual work being done. But if you look at it as a basic and simple process, what's happening is that the economy is producing stuff that is, some of it is directed towards people who are building roads. And it's really this flow of assets that results in a road being built. And under this is the labor that creates the asphalt, the labor that creates the machinery, the labor that creates the tools and equipment, and the labor that goes into making the road. And all of the administration and the money flows are really secondary to the actual building of a road. And this is important because what we need is a way to transfer the resources into making a road when we need a road. We don't need the government, and we don't need the money. We don't need the banks, and we don't need the administrators so much as we need resources to flow from those who are making the necessary things into the area where we want the road built. And this is where the church comes in, because the church is a way for the society to organize its labor without freeloading, without this freeloading by proxy, which is what the government represents. Because if we look at the ones who want the road as freeloaders, because they're not actually paying for the road directly, and the ones who provide the work and the resources to build the road as the oppressed and oppressed group, in a sense, then the government is freeloading by proxy for us, and so the government causes resources to be moved from A to B by its power, by its legislative authority. So the question is not just if we can do this without government, but can we do this without freeloading? Can we actually purchase a road? And the answer, the short answer is yes, if we build the church. A community that wants a road simply purchase a road from itself, from the construction sector, the other sectors, the transportation sector, say, purchases a road from the construction sector, and this is simply by the transportation sector assigning the construction sector the credits it needs to build the road, and the construction sector assigning to those who provide necessary materials the credits that will compensate them for the work they do to provide the materials. And so it's just a matter of transfers of debits and credits. Those who are in need give credits through increase in their debits or obligations, and those who are giving receive the credits, and they do the work which is needed. It's another way of looking at this is barter. Those who need the road barter their ability to build the road for whatever the economy has, and the preferred shares that the economy uses is a way to keep accounts, to track accounts. So if I mow a lawn for $20, I'm paid in accounting units or preferred shares, so I get 20 preferred shares if that's my hourly wage, and then I can use these preferred shares to show that an obligation has been given to me. The economy is obligated to redeem these preferred shares for goods and services, and that's all that is. The economy is this transfer of debits and credits, and the use of preferred shares as an accounting unit, so that we know who needs has shares to redeem, who has fulfilled an obligation, and who has obligations outstanding. And when we understand this, we understand the structure of the church, and we understand how the free market works, and we understand how to operate using a labor theory of value. But the point that we're making in this video is that if we have a government, what we have is freeloading by proxy. And so I encourage you to look more into the true nature of the church and how it operates.